It's the fourth event and arguably one of the most popular events on the Donaldson Cross Country Championship calendar. It is the Toyota Botswana Kalahari 1000 Desert Race. It's certainly long, it's certainly tough, and it's across the border just outside Gaborone. The race is the only marathon event on the calendar, and the headquarters were once again at Kumakwana on the outskirts of the country's capital. It is by far and away the biggest sporting event in the region. It started in 1975 and was run for several years in Botswana, but was moved to Vryburg in 1981. 10 years later, and the race returned to its roots. Also making a return is Leroy Poulter, driving alongside Alvin Coetzee for Team Castrol Toyota.
I've done this event once before, and I mean, it ended for me in the prologue, just after the prologue, about 3 Ks into the race. So learned a lot from it. I think it's just, as you said, it's a long race and you must get to the end.
It's a big dream coming true being here, so yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Also in action, Gary Bertholdt of Atlas Copco in a brand new Nissan Navara.
Gary, firstly, you won't be able to miss this car. It looks beautiful. Thanks very much. I must say, Achim and Stuart have put a fantastic car together. Really excited, and I'm very happy to be the guy to take this new baby out, give this Nissan a good run for its money today in this desert race.
How's it been driving?
This is really, truly amazing. Look, like they say, small children, a few problems. Hopefully we'll get the teething problems out of the way quite quickly. They've done a phenomenal job and it's really running nicely.
Plenty of eyes on championship leader Chris Visser from Ford Racing Forward.
Especially with this race, you get points and a half, so we really need a good result here as to keep us ahead. And I'm telling you, this car is good. The car is very good. The Ford team worked very hard on this car to get it ready, and we're looking forward to it, and I'm sure we'll do well.
Visser and his navigator Yapi Bardnos lead the field on 63 points, 15 clear of the Team Castrol Toyota pair of Anthony Taylor and Dennis Murphy, while the privateers from Koch & Sons Toyota, Malcolm Koch and Johan Berger, are in third place. First up, qualifying and first out the blocks, Castrol Toyota's Voss and Howie.
Up next, teammates Taylor and Murphy looking for back-to-back victories.
There may have been newcomers, but the Castrol Toyota team of Poulter and Coetzee tore up the track in qualifying. Alvin is from good racing stock, her father Cassie having won this race before alongside Richard Leek.
Second in qualifying, H264 and Henry Hugo in the Koch & Sons Toyota Hilux.
A massive dust cloud in their wake, third in the production vehicle category and putting up a sterling performance so far. The first Regent Racing Nissan Navara belonging to Thomas Rundle and Juan Moore, who have also entered the Dakar Challenge.
Followed by Taylor and Murphy in their Toyota Hilux, winners at Toyota dealer Sugarbelt 400 and very aware of the tenuous points situation.
The man who won 3 stages at Dakar on a quad, Sorrel van Biljon, with Philip Hasselman in their Atlas Copco Toyota Hilux.
Certainly a brilliant performance as a rookie in the car brigade, closely followed by teammates Bertholdt and Rousseau in the nicely turned out Nissan.
Championship leaders Visser and Bardnos in the first Ford Racing Ranger in qualifying.
Last year's championship winners and 9th in qualifying in the production vehicle category, Voss and Howie. Not only did they win the championship, but they also won last year's event right here in Botswana, so they would definitely be ones to watch. The pair had the difficult task of opening the road after drawing starting position 1. The RFS BMW team of Christian Deploy and Henny Terstegen. Terstegen was standing in for co-driver Henk Janssen van Vieren, who's taking some paternity leave ahead of the birth of his first child.
A phenomenal performance from Poulter and Coetzee, a time of 52 minutes and 14 seconds, putting them 36 seconds clear of De Bruyn and Hugo, while Koch and Berger are in third place.
Time to rest and set up for day 2 of what would ordinarily be the final day, but not so on the Toyota Kalahari Botswana 1000, as H2 can attest to.
Unfortunately, Leroy come and spoil it all at the end for us, but we'll be there tomorrow. We're going to try to keep in touch with him and be in his dust all day, so dust is going to be a big factor. So hopefully we can continue with a good performance from today. The route is excellent, it suits my driving style, the navigation was perfect. I want to thank my navigator for today. You did an excellent job without GPS, so yeah, we're glad to be there up front. Hopefully I can talk to you Sunday again.
Let's catch up with our Dakar hero, Sarel van Viljoen.
Dis baie lekker. Ek het dit baie geniet. Bietjie te vinnig gegaan op 'n stadium, stof voor my gesien, weer bietjie kop verloor en oud aangegaan en ek het dit klip 2 keer baie hard geslaan. Maar weet daarna bietjie bedaar en weet gery en bietjie stof gekry op 'n stadium, maar baie lekker. Dit was lekker.
They don't get more difficult than the Dakar Rally, and this race forms part of the Dakar Challenge for 2014, which means that the first finisher competing in the challenge gets a free entry into Dakar in the region of 300,000 Rand.
Well, that's an amazing incentive, and even more incentive elsewhere for the spectators who came out in their millions for this incredible race.
Dakar Rally described as the toughest rally in the world, also the one that everyone wants to be a part of. And Southern Africa has got a very good history in the event.
Yeah, for sure. We have Alfie Cox, who made it in the car, on a bike. Giniel de Villiers, definitely, who is one of the most reliable driver and consistent driver of the Dakar history. And yeah, there's a real interaction and real history with Dakar and South Africa. The Dakar went to South Africa in 1992, so there's a real passion and real history between the two entities.
We've seen the production vehicles, now onto the specials, and the obvious frontrunners are the team from Dirt Sport Components, Clint Gibson and Gary Campbell.
We're obviously hoping for a good result. There's 1.5 points, obviously, in the scoring. So if we keep it together and we pull a podium or hopefully a first, we can hopefully get back to number 1 again.
The pair currently in second place in the championship on 48 points, 6 behind leaders Evan Hutchison and Donnie Stassen, while the Silvots, Quinton and Kalahari, third place on 41.
First off in the special vehicles category, Colin Matthews and Alan Smith from Century Property Racing.
Second to start in qualifying and second in the championship, Gibson and Campbell in the Dirt Sport Components Porter. It turned out to be a fantastic run for Dakar Challenge competitors Matthews and Smith, describing the car as 10 out of 10 as they set the fastest time.
No surprises as the ever-competitive Hutchison and Stassen were second quickest in their new motorized racing Bat Viper.
While the Silvots are third in the championship, it was the other Silvots, Herman and Vichard, who were third fastest in their elegant fuel striker.
Fourth fastest, another motorized racing pair, this time Nick and Ryan Harper in their Bat Venom.
Incredible desert terrain surrounded by bush and thorns, proving to be no match for the husband and wife team of Marius and Yolinda Fourie in their PHB Bat Spec 4.
Well, you don't want to be caught in their dust like Keith Dutoy and Keith Solomon in their White Star Racing Bat.
A bit further back, but very much in contention, Dirt Sport Components, Gibson and Campbell.
Well, it's a very apt name, Dirt Sports, when you're in the desert, as you can see from the dust flying from the Max's Zarko of Neil Mayer and Joseph Lewis.
The raps of that are father and son Nardis and Louis Alberts, also putting up an excellent performance.
Another Max's Porter, this time belonging to brothers Daniel and Lo Zealy in their first Toyota 1000 Desert Race.
A great performance from Matthews and Smith, conquering qualifying in 53 minutes and 30 seconds, 18 seconds clear of fellow Dakar Challenge competitors Hutchison and Stassen, while the Silvots, Herman and Vichard are 43 seconds off the pace.
Still 2 more days to go of this incredible race. How did Evan Hutchison find qualifying?
Nice tough time trial. I expected it to be like that. It was marked quite nicely. We gave it a good going. We took it a little bit too easy at the beginning and pushed a little bit harder at the end. But yeah, successful run. I think we're first in Class A and second behind Colin Matthews.
It's an extremely cold morning here in Gaborone, but already the crowds are starting to fill in. It is race day for the Toyota Kalahari Botswana 1000 Desert Race, and behind me, the Toyota Hilux of Leroy Poulter and Alvin Kutsia.
You know, we had a good run yesterday, nice and clean, and look, it was, like we said yesterday, a bit open for us. Today might be a bit different. We're going to have to find the routes, and a little bit more on the navigation side is going to play a role today. But let's see if we can do this.
6th place is great. We've got 5 backies in front of us to clear the reach, and then it's us, then 2 backies behind us, and then the next special. And yeah, I mean this is a long day. This is 480 k's. It's the longest loop ever at Botswana. Hopefully we've got enough fuel to carry it. There's a lot of guys here that are going to have to tap off a little bit here and there. But yeah, tomorrow's another day, so we'll just bring it to the end today.
Poulter and Kutsio first out the blocks.
Not far behind them, Iku de Brain and Henry Hugo in the Mikaran Toyota Hilux.
The beautiful sight of Kumakwana, the backdrop of a historic and certainly prestigious race, with Kockenberger starting in 3rd place, with another Dakar Challenge entry in 4th place, Thomas Rundle and Juan Moore from Regent Racing.
Poulter was absolutely flying in qualifying, and he's doing the same here. Great driving from a man who's conquered all sorts of racing, including the SA karting and rally circuits.
Henry Hugo and Hicho de Brain said they never had any real dust during the prologue. It's a little different now.
Thousands of fans lining the route to get a glimpse of the action, and it looks as if they're getting an extended view of Malcolm Koch and Johan Berger, losing their bearings somewhat and undecided about where to go. Well, it looks as if they're back on track, not really costing them too much.
In the hot seat now with Rundle and Moore, a very tough challenge for Rundle as his co-driver unbelievably has no voice.
Nothing but silence in their car. Now they won at Eston, can they do it again here? The Castrol Toyota team of Anthony Taylor and Dennis Murphy. Well, bad news for Poulter and Kutsir, their race coming to an end because of electric failure. You could see them on the side of the road. It means we have a new lead in De Brain and Hugo.
On to the specials, Matthews and Smith well in front and looking for their 2nd win of the season.
You can't miss the brand new blue of the Atlas Copco team of Berthold and Rousseau. They may look like they're going along smoothly, but it's very different inside.
As you can see here, dust everywhere, while Berthold is still getting used to the car, especially as switching to left-hand drive takes plenty of concentration.
Hutchison and Stassen not too far behind Matthews and Smith. Also reveling in their first outing, Van Biljon and Hasselman had lost a few positions. Defending champions Voss and Howie. Visibility extremely poor out in these roads, especially if you're not in front. Howie playing a crucial role in telling his driver where to go.
Dust, sand and more dust out there, as can be seen from this beautiful helicopter shot of Herman and Richard Sulwald of Elegant Fuel Striker. One of the nicest teams you're ever likely to meet, Chris Visser and Jaapie Badenhorst from Ford Racing. Championship leaders and proving why they're so good, motoring along despite seeing very little.
That just shows how difficult it is. Close quarters racing is almost impossible in these conditions. Visser and Badenhorst giving themselves a bit of a gap behind the special. They describe qualifying as being very typical of the Toyota 1000 Desert Race, while adding that their car is in good shape.
The RFS Motorsport BMW of Christian de Plooy and Henny Terstegen. Here we have our Regent Racing celeb team of Archie Rutherford and Donaldson CEO Rob Simpson. Derek, aren't you up next?
I am. I'll be taking up the challenge at Sun City. Excited, nervous, anxious. But back to this race, Johan van Staden and Mike Lawrenson of Atlas Copco just behind them.
It's a close contest further back. In the car now with Ford Racing's Woolridge and Huxtable. They won the first event but have failed to build on the victory. They'll be desperate to get their campaign back on track.
Superb driving there from Woolridge, overtaking the Regent Racing Navarros of Terence Marsh and Gerard Skitter, while Morris and Yolinda Ferry are in close proximity. No matter where you are, you'll always find spectators. Here they are getting an eyeful of Marsh and Skitter.
Further back, Michael Whitehouse and Matthew Carlson in their Nissan Navara.
Going well considering they've had no comms from the start of the race.
Well, that is a real challenge. Also going well, Jannie Visser and Joks Leroux in their RFS Toyota Hilux.
It's almost impossible to make out who's who, but here we have the two Keiths, De Toy and Solomon in the White Star Racing bat. Their popular competitors, these two, the Horns, Johan and Vanna from Malalan Toyota, and currently first in Class D, and they are absolutely motoring in that dust cloud.
So after 100 kilometres, H264 and Henry Hugo lead the way in the production vehicle category ahead of Berger, while Rundle and Moore are in third spot. In the special vehicles, Matthews and Smith are the front runners, followed by Hutchison and Stassen, with the Silvalds, Herman and Wichert third.
Our leaders, H264 and Henry Hugo, they proved to be formidable competitors this year. No surprise that they're doing so again this time round.
Keep an eye out for these two, Rundle and Moore from Regent Racing. A slow start to the year, but improving race by race.
It's been anything but slow for Taylor and Murphy from Castrol Toyota, picking up where Poulter and Coetzee left off. These two are flying.
On to our leaders in the specials, Matthews and Smith from Century Racing.
Traction looking to be tricky as they go past the Cock & Sons Toyota Hilux.
Dis off-road racing. Gaan hom probeer regmaak en kyk of ons môre die laaste 400 kan ry. Maar vir vandag is ons eers verby.
Terrible news for Malcolm Cock and Johan Berger. It's a long track back to the DSP for them.
No such problems for Hutchison and Stassen. They're tearing up the terrain.
Sensational racing from Cyril van Biljon from Atlas Copco. The man is a quad specialist, but looking well at home in his Toyota Hilux.
On board with last year's winners Foss and Howie, and oh, big hit there. They're not going anywhere soon.
Hopefully they'll be back racing in no time, because these are the men they'll be wanting to catch in the championship, Visser and Badenhorst from Ford Racing.
Chris said he got lost a few times during qualifying, and it's easy to see why. Near it happened again. They're going nowhere if they choose to go straight. But a quick reverse, and it looks as if they'll be back on the go. No real harm done, and not much time lost.
We've got so used to seeing the other Silvalds amongst the leaders. This time round, it's Herman and Wichert from Elegant Fuel flying the flag for the family.
Deploy and Testierke and the RFS BMW have struggled to reach the flag this season, and they'll be desperate to change that this weekend.
Derek, here's the view you'll be faced with at Sun City.
They may be a celeb team, but take nothing away from Simpson and Rutherford from Regent Racing. They're here to compete.
Behind them, Woolridge and Huxtable from Ford Racing, the driver describing the route as being tight, sandy and very tough work.
The Toyota Hilux are the Atlas Copco team of Johan van Staden and Mike Lawrenson.
Regent Racing has plenty of teams competing, including Whitehouse and Carlson.
Further up, their teammates in another Nissan Navara, Marsh and Skitter.
And let's not forget Jürgen Schroeder and Mike Abramson.
As I said, fans come from everywhere, and you can't believe the lengths they'll go to get a good look of the action.
Further back, Jannie Visser and Joks Leroux in their RFS Toyota Hilux.
Here we're seeing the Rubicon Racing Ford Ranger of Louw de Bruin and Rian Quaylen for the first time.
Johan and Werner Horn both said that this course suits them, and they're certainly proving it true.
First loop done, just 3 to go. De Bruin and Hugo in the Micra and Toyota Hilux leading the way.
It's difficult to be in the first car on the route, especially with the quads and the bikes from yesterday. We battled to get a perfect track, but otherwise than that, we're running good. Fortunately for us, there's a dust gap, so hopefully we can continue and still be here tomorrow.
Not far behind, Regent Racing's Rundle and Moore.
Must be honest, we were in a little bit of dust early this morning, but we haven't been in dust the rest of the loop. So yeah, we're really just holding station and car's good.
So a great first loop for De Bruin and Hugo, reaching the DSP in a time of 4 hours, 26 minutes and 59 seconds. Just over 3 minutes clear of Rundle and Moore, who are leading the Dakar Challenge at this stage. Taylor and Murphy on third spot, followed by Van Biljon and Hasselman.
Moving on to the specials now, and Matthews and Smith in front.
It's a lovely route. We're having so much fun out there. I didn't want it to come to an end. It's awesome. It's really
lacquer it is, the pair reaching the DSP in a time of 4 hours, 33 minutes and 47 seconds. Just over a minute and a half clear of fellow Dakar Challenge competitors Hutchison and Stassen, while Herman and Wichert Silvalds are just over 5 minutes adrift.
On to Loop 2, and De Bruin and Hugo picking up from where they left off.
Very much in the hunt, Taylor and Murphy from Castrol Toyota.
You saw how ecstatic Colin Matthews was earlier, as he should be. He and Alan Smith still setting the pace in the Century Property CR3.
Don't forget, victory could see them secure the prestigious Dakar Challenge title, sending them to South America in the process.
Well, we're a long way from South America now. This is Africa. But Randall and Moore also fighting it out for that Dakar Challenge prize.
As are Hutchison and Stassen. Now, classes don't come into the equation in the Dakar Challenge. The first finisher taking part in the challenge gets the prize.
Here's quadman Van Bouillon and Herselman from Atlas Copco, showing that this is more than just a publicity stunt. These men are definite contenders in the Donaldson Cross Country Championship.
Here's Fiss and Barnos from Ford Racing putting on a show for the fans.
Well, it is a Toyota race, so lots riding on Foss and Howie to repeat their efforts from last year in their Hilux.
The spectators waited 365 days for this. Yet, Herman and Vicard Silval's elegant fuel striker went by so quickly.
Our Regent Racing celeb team of Rutherford and Simpson, and I hope Rob made the right choice by taking part.
Good to see Deploy and Ter Steker doing very well in their RFS BMW X3.
Also doing well, Woolridge and Huxtable from Ford Racing, having overcome the misfires they experienced during qualifying.
I know we keep saying it, but it's worth saying again, visibility extremely poor. I wonder if those spectators would stand so close if they knew how little the drivers and navigators can see.
I think so. These are die-hard fans. Botswana is racing country.
Whitehouse and Carlson from Regent Racing doing well, considering their gear lever broke and have been forced to change gears manually.
Bring it home safely is the motto of Johan van Staden and Mike Lawrenson from Atlas Copco.
Another Regent Racing outfit, Martian Skitter, who said at the DSP that they can describe the race in 3 words: dust, dust and dust.
Jürgen Schroeder flying solo and carrying the brunt of the workload here. Mike Abramson having hurt his back after they hit a tree.
Ouch. Loader Brain and Rian Hreiling of Rubicon Racing described this as being very hard work.
The first time we're seeing Henny de Klerk and Johan Smallberger in their LA Sports BMW.
Well, it's good to see it's been an incident-free day so far for Neil Mayer and Joseph Lewis from Max's Liqui Moly Rockstar.
Well, those fans definitely in it for the long haul. They've found the perfect spot over there. Quinton and Cully Silvalt well behind the leaders, having picked up a puncture in the first loop.
Nardis and Louis Alberts also had their fair share of flats, with Nardis worried they'll run out of wheels.
Let's hope not. Ahead of them, the 2 Keiths, DeToy and Solomon.
It's not hard to miss Philip de Vries and Jan Viljoen in their Conqueror Porter.
John Thompson and Maurice Zermatten have had gearbox problems, but they've been able to keep going.
The first of the E's, Dirk Patter and Jacobus Claessens in their Ford Ranger. They suffered 2 flats in Loop 1.
Jason Venter and Vincent van Alleman from Trison Racing describe the route as long, tough, but great.
Toyota 1000 Desert Race rookies, the Zeelies, Daniel and Lowe from Max's Liqui Moly Rockstar, experiencing no real hassles in their Porter.
Front row seats for many, allowing them to see the likes of KZN-based Graham Peterson driving on his lonesome in a Dragonfly.
The brother and sister team of Jacques and Lizelle van Tonda in the Uni Freight Ranger find the going tough. He said that navigating was very difficult on the route.
After 320 kilometers, Taylor and Murphy from Castrol Toyota have taken the lead in the production vehicle category, followed by the Micron Toyota Hilux of De Bruyn and Hugo, while Regent Racing's Rundle and Moore are in 3rd spot. As for the specials, Matthews and Smith are still in front, Hutchison and Stassen are out, meaning the Silvalts are in 2nd place, followed by Neil Mayer and Joseph Lewis.
Not long to go before the finish, Hugo De Bruyn and Henry Hugo having lost their spot up front. The fans don't seem to mind though.
It's a different story for Matthews and Smith of Century Racing. They are obliterating the field in the specials.
Rundle and Moore from Region Racing amongst the leaders with Dakar in their sights.
Herman and Wichert Silvald from Elegant Fuel currently second behind Matthews and Smith.
And just behind them and coming third in the special vehicle category, Neil Mayer and Joseph Lewis from Maxus Liqui Moly Rockstar, taking things rather cautiously over the terrain.
And first to reach the finish, none other than Anthony Taylor and Dennis Murphy of Castrol Toyota. A superb effort, but it's not over yet.
And no surprises in the special vehicle category. Colin Matthews and Alan Smith from Century Property Racing capping off a fine day of racing by holding onto first place. Let's catch up with our leaders.
You just have to keep it clean and make no mistakes. You know, have another clean run. I mean, Dennis is on the notes 100% today, so we just need to do the same tomorrow.
So 1 day of racing to go. Taylor and Murphy of Castrol Toyota are on top in the production vehicles in just under 8 hours, just 45 seconds ahead of De Bruyn and Hecho, while Regent Racing's Thomas Rundle and Juan Moore are in third place, 11 minutes and 42 seconds adrift. A superb day for Toyota, much to the delight of their fans.
Over in the special vehicles category, Matthews and Smith from Century Racing are a massive 6 minutes and 40 seconds clear of the Silvalds, Hammond and Wichert from Elegant Fuel, while Neil Mayer and Joseph Lewis are third. Coming up next week in the Donaldson Cross Country Championship, highlights of the third and final day of the Toyota Kalahari Botswana 1000 Desert Race. Do Anthony Taylor and Dennis Murphy and Colin Matthews and Alan Smith hold on to their leads? Catch all the action on Supersport.
The Donaldson Cross Country Championship brought to you by Donaldson Filtration Systems, a market leader in filtration solutions.